What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are back with some Final Fantasy 16. Started off with a little look through the records because I realized I didn't do that at the end of the last video, so I thought we'd start this one with it. Now we got some side quests here at the base.
I trust you're settling in?
Gradually getting used to the place.
I'm glad to hear it.
Dude, I love Clive's voice.
You might be persuaded to come to my aid once more. Your services will be rewarded, of course.
I don't doubt it. Seems to be the way around here.
We strive to be better than those we once served. Now, as to the task itself, I am once again in need of a pair of hands to deliver sustenance to our esteemed companions. I have 3 meals for 3 industrious souls. What say you?
I'd be happy to help.
Marvelous. The 3 individuals you'll be seeking out are busying themselves about the hideaway. You'll find one by the entrance, another in the bunks, and the other guarding the cells. Thank you once again, Clive.
So, for my friends out there who have played this game further along than I have,
Enough teams to follow every lead.
Is money ever an issue in this game? How much gil do I have? If I could see it somewhere. Jeez, is there a place where I can see how much gil I have? Because I understand. I've come to terms. This is an action game. Blah, blah, blah. There are side quests. There is everything. I've gone on my rants about it. I don't like it. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, it's down there at the bottom of the screen. So I've got over 13,000 gil. And I'm just gaining more and more through combat and other means. Is there ever like an issue with how much gil?
Ooh, something smells good. For me, I hope.
It is. Courtesy of Kenneth.
Oh, my thanks. These birds are needy creatures. They don't like me running after the fat chocobo behind their backs.
They must keep you busy.
There's never a moment's rest. Probably for the best I eat down here, reeking of the staples as I do. I'd only put people off their food. And who has time to
Pet him, he looks like a good boy.
darlings like these to wait upon, eh? Anyway, thanks for the food, and be sure to give Kenneth my regards.
Dude, I gush about this every time we see him, but I love the new Chocobo design. I really love the sleek faces, how they're not as cartoony. I mean, and I've said that about a lot of this game. Like, I really like the low fantasy, how it's very medieval. And, like, I really love this game's just visual design. It's so fucking cool. But God, the Chocobos, I think, are my favorite part. And they look so mean and, like, they look dope. Like, you know, like I could see people riding them into battle as like actual cavalry. Yeah, like I was saying about the gil issue, I don't like games like this that you start getting so much money so early on, where it's like, well, equipment and buying stuff is never really an issue because I've got so much damn money just right from the start. I mean, frankly, again, with my whole thing with the action and RPG, I said I was done with it, but I guess, again, it's to me, level in this game doesn't really seem like it means much.
Who did you? Back so soon? Fancied another kip in the cells, did you?
Kenneth sent me. He thought you might be hungry.
He wasn't wrong. The way my gut's been growling, I'd have curls running scared.
Guard duty down here can't be much fun.
It's not. But sometimes folk need locking up, and someone has to watch over them. I help people sleep at night, and that's not a boast many can make. You keep yourself on the right side of these bars now, you hear me?
But yeah, I just don't like it when games give you a shitload of money right from the start. Like I was playing Italia Ryza right before this, getting some work done in that series. And I was thinking back because eventually I'm going to play through all the way through the Ryza saga. Do 2 and 3, and Ryza 3 did something that I really didn't like, and that is you start the game at level 20. Look, I'm kind of okay with that in RPGs when you start at a high level and then you lose all your power and go back to level 1 and then you kind of have to gain it back throughout the game. I kind of like that because it kind of gives you the idea of here's where you can get, through playing the game, and then, that's how strong you can get, but that game just starts you off at level 20.
You hear that?
That's weird.
Our food has arrived. Does your appetite still elude you?
Is he sick?
I'm afraid so. Those no longer in need of a Physicus immediate ministrations are sent here for further rest. I tend to those who cannot tend to themselves, which leaves me very little time for anything else. Happily, Kenneth sees that I stay fed. I would be lost without the kindness of good people like him and yourself. Thank you.
I don't like it when games start you off at such a high level, just because it's like, well, you might as well have just started me at level 1, because everything's balanced for me to be at level 20 right from the start. So just all like, oh, you're super high level, so. I mean, it's just like it was a Colin Moriarty podcast. It was back when he was still with Kinda Funny. They were looking over stuff that was coming to the PlayStation Store, and they had a game they were looking at that I think it was like, oh, well, you do 100,000, like the points of damage rack up and up and up, and it's all these crazy high numbers. And he brought up a good point. He's like, well, I don't get it. What's the difference? You do 100 damage or you do 1 damage? If it's scaled, it's the same thing. Like, does that make sense? You're just knocking off zeros, essentially. Like, as long, you have 100, you do 1 damage to, compared to 10 health points, is the same as doing 100 damage to 1,000. I think I did my math right there. You get what I'm saying? Like, as long as everything's scaled, it's the same thing. Like, it doesn't bother me, it's like, oh, I did 27 points of damage or whatever. Okay, fine, whatever. But it's like, once you start getting into, like, super high numbers, it's like, really, you could have reduced those, and it would have been the same thing. I've also always kind of wondered, like, RPGs, like, oh, you start at level 5. Why? Just let me start at level 1. It doesn't bug me, it's just why. I'd much rather just start at level 1.
Newcomer, I need help.
But that level 20 in Ryza 3 really bugged me for some reason.
Assistant. She left to gather soil, and I've seen nothing of her since. I cannot concentrate one whit for fear of what might have happened. Please, I beg of you, will you go and check? I have to know.
What? You're not going to give me any money for this, you dick?
Marvelous. Thank you. You'll be rewarded for your time, of course.
Whereabouts is she?
Gotan's Bales. It's on the outskirts of Lostwig. Not the safest place for an unaccompanied bearer, perhaps, but the soil there is second to none. Now go, and do not linger. Why, it may already be too late.
Yeah, I mean, there are things that I would say are kind of come down to preference, but there are just some things that I just really frustrate me. And it's like I said, it's like Ryza 3 starting off at level 20. Like, I might as well have just been level 1. It didn't change the experience of the game. It's just really odd. That's a crazy example, but.
Ah, you're back.
And if you want to say, well, it's because it's the 3rd game, they'd start stronger. Well, sure, but Ryza 2 dropped you back to, like, level 1 or 5 or whatever the hell the starting level was. It still dropped you back.
Everyone has their place.
Like, I was fine with that.
Fact we are proud of.
It's something that you always have to accept when there's a sequel to an RPG and you're playing the same character.
Have your place too, of course, as you have just so capably proven, and you will always have a place with us.
I don't know how I got it started on this topic.
Kind of you to say so.
It is the
Right, it was about money in this game. Like, does money ever become an issue? Like, I can't see it becoming one, but...
to our little community.
looking around my desk. I need to clean it and dust off everything. Which really annoys me because I feel like I did that not that long ago. Make Deadly Embrace better. Wicked Wheel. I really like Gouge so far. Ooh. I think I might replace Wicked Wheel with Rook's Gambit. That's a cool move. I'm probably gonna take that move when I learn it. I forgot to equip the move. I'm gonna keep Gouge, replace Wicked Wheel with Rook's Gambit. There we go. Let's talk to Charon.
What do you
want? Karen?
To say farewell. We're leaving.
Good decision. Better that than buried out there in the black. You've got a lot to thank that girl for, you know.
I know. And I will.
Now, what do you really want? We both know you don't come here for conversation.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'd like to buy shit. Okay, let's see here. Nothing that's gonna be better than what I already got. Make my make my Rook's Gambit better.
It's better I'll be here.
Oh, there we go. That was actually, there was...
You're rubbing me blind, you know.
There we go.
You got out else? I'll be thankful
Don't
you
need
got
that.
Off you go.
I should probably say thank you to Gav.
What was I about to do? Yes, but I would like my Will of Fire to be equipped, because that makes my Rising Flame better.
Look what the curl dragged in. Go on, then.
Karen's Toll. I just realized what the name of this place. Okay, you know what? That's not bad.
You got out else?
And I'm not learning Heat Wave.
Time to buy it.
Yeah, I say how much, like, I'm like, oh, I've got all this money, and then I realized, oh, never mind. I guess if you buy equipment and stuff, I guess it goes down pretty fast. But I mean, still, even with that, I'm just spending it to, generally all the money for this, all the money that I'm using in this game is just to replenish my items. Maybe buy the odd item here or there. Or equipment, I guess I should delineate.
Someone's in trouble.
I don't think so. I think she's just being dramatic. See, it's just spiders. Da 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 da.
you hurt?
It would have been worse if you hadn't come along. Wait, I've seen you around the hideaway. You're new, aren't you?
I'm Clive.
And I'm Martel. But what are you doing here?
Looking for you.
Wrong franchise.
There's no place for a bearer on her own.
Get it?
Noticed
Because
that.
Game of
This saw's not
Thrones,
gonna collect
whatever.
itself.
Then what if I gathered it for you? You could head back to the hideaway. Just exactly what sort of dirt is it that you need?
What I need is soil. But I'd be a fool to refuse your help after what just happened. It's the good stuff you're looking for. Dark, rich, fragrant. You'll know it when you find it.
Yeah, dirt.
Rich and fragrant. Right. Well, you should hurry back. Bohemil seemed worried enough that he might come looking for you himself.
That seems unlikely, but I won't argue with you. Thanks.
God damn, I made a mistake
Soil then.
last night.
There's certainly enough of it here. But is it dark, rich, and fragrant?
And if your question is, AJ, what do you mean by you made a mistake? I ate a whole bunch of pineapple. Like, and I'm not talking like out of a can or anything. I'm talking like nice fresh cut pineapple. Well, it was cut a few days ago, but you get what I mean. I love pineapple. It's probably one of my favorites. But when you eat too much of it, it's too us, and it's really acidic. It'll cause like small sores in your mouth the next day.
That should be enough. I better get it.
They
back
go
to the
away
hideaway.
pretty quick, but oh man. Like I've got one just on the inside of my lip. It's bumping up against one of my teeth when I talk. It hurts. Eh. Okay. I was like, can I use this thing to go back to the... Go back to the hideout, or... Nope, gotta go back to the world map to here. There we go. Before anybody gives me shit about, oh, ha, ha, sore in your mouth, shut up.
There you are. And? All safe and sound?
Well, yes, she's standing right there.
Not the girl? The soil. Did you bring it?
No, I ate it.
Yes.
It was a long trip. I was hungry.
Glorious! When Martel came home empty-handed, I almost had a fit. But with this, my research can continue. First and foremost come the measurements. I must know how much ether each sample contains. From there...
Wait, so you were never...
Worried about me? Sorry to disappoint you, but the only thing he worries about is his research.
But that's...
That's all right. It's just how he is. And if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be growing anything in these ruins. It's a small price to pay. Although, you shouldn't have to pay it too. Did he even offer you anything for helping? Ugh. Here. I know it's not much, but it's something, at least.
It's a little bit for killing a bunch of spiders. It works.
I wish I could offer you some fruit too, but you're not likely to thank me if I do. Still, we'll grow something worth eating one of these days, and when we do, you'll have first pick.
Dude, I really like Clive's armor. How it mixes cloth and chainmail. Because, you kind of look at his right there, about his elbows moving onto the back of his forearms. You see just like how it moves from cloth into chainmail, and it's a really cool design for a soldier, for like light armor for them. I'm really hoping I soon get the armor that we see him in the on the box art, because that armor is really dope.
So your mind's made up, is it?
We'll be leaving for Rosaria as soon as we're able.
Back down memory lane, eh? Rosaria ain't what she used to be, Clive. Not since the Imperials moved in. First sign of trouble, you make straight for Martha's Rest and ask for the landlady. She's a friend of the cause. Tell her you was Sid, and she'll help you out.
Understood. Thank you.
Oh, I thought it was about to hug him.
I'd be lost without you.
Yeah, I'm just doing my job. No need to make such a fuss.
It's almost like he's getting away, going, I don't swing that way, dude.
Oh, I'm crap at goodbyes. Where's Sid when you need him?
Give him my regards when he gets back.
I will.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Dude, she looks good.
Ready, my lady?
Ready.
Yeah, man, the character design in this is fucking good. I know, I'm too much of a fanboy, but this game is fucking beautiful. I mean, it's technically very well done. I'm like, the frame rates and everything are nice and smooth, even when shit gets big and crazy. The big crazy monster fights are really well done. Like, cutscene and gameplay still both look the same. It's not one of those games where the cutscenes are boosted. Just as all in all, this game's fucking awesome.
You haven't been back either.
I couldn't. Branded, keep a close watch on each other in the Imperial Army. You get beheaded just for knowing a deserter. The only way out was on a mission.
I see.
But mostly I was afraid. Afraid to go back.
I know.
But I'm here now. Thanks to you. We should press on.
Homecoming.
That inn at the top of the hill must be Martha's Rest. Gav said the landlady's a friend.
But can we say the same for her patrons?
Imperials don't tend to take well to those with my mark. If anyone asks, I'm a branded soldier, sworn to protect my noble mistress.
Look at the fuse on this.
Ah, cool. Giant buffalo. Totally missed. Oh, shit. My finger slipped. I missed the button.
Wake wins! Can't take much more of this.
Ow. I'm trying to use a slow enemy to kind of like get the timing of Rook's Gambit down. Not really working out for me. Black blood. Okay. Oh, cool. Like, I was thinking they're more like scorpions. No, they're almost like shrimp.
That's enough.
Dope. Yeah, they're like half shrimp, half scorpions. That's a really cool design. I know I said really experience isn't... I've not really had an issue with experience and level yet, but...
It's over.
A, the combat in this game's good and I like it. And the other reason, why leave experience on the table? God, man, the combat in this game is dope.
They never finished building the bridge then.
After what happened at Phoenix Gate, it didn't seem the highest priority.
Hey, check it out, goblins.
Goblins. So even my first mission is in vain. Not this time.
Yoink. Yeah, come on, swing at me, you big fuck. See, like right there, like that's what I was talking about earlier about like damage numbers and everything. It's like, oh, you did 10,000 damage. Okay.
Not this time.
Oh, he's dead. He's dead, Jim. Ooh, a chest! Look at me, I found something. And I was told there's no real point in exploring. Look at that, I got useless craftable items. I'm an asshole. So I'm guessing this dude's got problems, because I see an overturned wagon with a bunch of chocobos running around.
Oi! Stop and give me an hand. Here, you couldn't give me an hand, could you?
Well, that's why I'm talking to you.
A bloody bearer. Just when I thought my luck had changed. Still, better a crumb of crystal than an empty hand, I suppose. Though it pains me to use another man's branded. Here, you understand me, don't you? I need your help. These blasted birds must have caught a whiff of my cargo, and now they've got me surrounded. And it was very late as it was. I've got something special needs delivering before the rest, but I dare not leave my cart untended. You couldn't run it up to Martha's Rest for me, could you? Needs to get there quick, mind.
Fine.
That's the spirit. All right. Here. You hand that to the stable master and no one else. I'm owed a little something for it. If he gives it to you, pass it along to your master by way of thanks. Be off.
So I'm keeping it.
And don't
asshole.
go taking any detours on the way.
Nyam, 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 nyam. He's just, Ooh, I didn't go to the Whispering Waters. He tells me no detours as I just immediately turn around. Oh, cool. Oh, they're literally called antelopes. Okay, I was like, can I kill the birds?
Stay down.
Okay, I'm starting to figure out more how to swap between my magic, like mid-combat, or like mid-combo, I should say. Like I can use wind get my slash combo. Use a magic blast to send an enemy flying, swap right over to fire, and then flame dash right up to him and continue the combo up in the air. Now you see me, dude? Yeah, I'm not going there in a straight line. You happy? Huh? Dick. Ooh, hornets.
Fall like all the rest. That's enough.
What's the word, Torgal? You find something? You want pets? I'll give you pets. You're super cute. Yeah, sorry, you crossed my path. Hey, get back here. Back here. It's like Monster Hunter. You cross my path, and when I'm out in free roam, sorry, you have to die. Dude, I am surprised. Like, I remember I tried it once on I tried the demo on camera before. It did not jive with me. I'm talking Monster Hunter World, and then I played it. You know, I'm just like, I picked it up, I think on sale or something, and I played it. I was like, oh my gosh, this is fucking awesome. Like, I don't know how I learned how cool it was. But man, Monster Hunter World is a damn good game.
Here we are. Martha's Rest.
I see items. God damn it, Clive. Learn to swim. Anything cool over here? Yeah, you thought you could get me, you stupid plants.
Stay down.
Oh, shit. Wrong button. What, you said we picked up 10 bloody hides. Did we just skin the people we killed? Ah, that's gross. That or they were keeping those in a box, which is also odd.
Excellent. And a fight.
Love that move for the AoE. Okay. Just curious how much more exploring is there. Even if the rewards aren't massive for exploring, I'm still gonna do it. Ah, come on. Little bastard.
Stay down.
Oh, shit. I pressed the wrong button. Did not want to use that high potion. Wait, I can... No, okay. It's like, wait, I can cross there? I was misreading the map.
That's one of our branded. Are you the stable master? I was asked to deliver this to you.
This is for me, right enough. Not sure what some bearer's doing bringing it to me, though. Where's that fool of a peddler got to?
He couldn't come himself. His cart's surrounded by wild chocobos.
Huh. Sounds about right. I'll have it full of Gizal greens, no doubt. Crammed with him, if I know him.
Gizal greens?
Chocobos go mad for them, don't they? And if you forget to seal the cart up tight, the smell gets out, and birds come running from miles around. Don't get me wrong. They're a fine investment for a savvy merchant, especially around these parts. But you can't get greedy, as our mutual friend is learning the hard way. Still, I got my wares, and that's all that matters. Be sure to pass your master my regards.
I don't get why they decided to go with like the Hans Zimmer like Vine Boom sound when you complete a quest. I kind of dig it, but it's still an odd decision.
I wonder if Martha is as friendly as Gav claims.
Let's go and find out, shall we?
Okay, so we got a shop. Place continue on. The mission. I'm gonna head down there. So we haven't been yet.
Make sure you're aiming that at the fish there, son. Keep them nice and fresh.
Anything catch your eye?
I've got a Gaia blade. There. And it's a new song. I don't need it.
There you go. Much obliged.
Find myself some new, just top off my items. There we go. Words are hard.
Over Amber way, are they?
Fresh cuts. Get your fresh cuts here.
A little elevator here. Can I go down it? I can. Oh, thought this would be blocked off. And I will go and explore that direction in a later part. But for now, let's head back up and go to the main mission. Probably next part, because we're getting tight on time. Probably the next next part we'll go and we'll explore around the area a little bit more. This place called the Dead Bird Inn.
It was good, honest work building the aqueduct.
Excuse me. Would you happen to be the landlady?
Depends who's asking, and why they have an Imperial bearer with them.
For protection, which hopefully won't be needed. If you can advise me on the safest route to the west.
It's your friend here I'd be worried about. Bearers don't have an easy time of it in Rosaria. Even a Stratton lad like him might attract the wrong kind of attention. And if he gets nabbed, it ain't likely to end well for you either.
Then we'll just have to stay out of the malicious way. Gav said you might be able to help us.
Follow me. Sorry for before. Can't be too wary of strangers asking questions in our game. I'm Martha, an old friend of Sid's. He said he had high hopes for a bearer who joined recently.
I mean, Sid seems a bit like of a man whore, and with the way you said friends, I'm thinking,
we have questions that need answering.
Is that so? Well, if you want to avoid the garrison, the road through Eastpool's your best bet. Or it would be, if the bridge hadn't collapsed. A right bloomin' nuisance it is. We've had no trade with the village for weeks. I did ask our carpenter to take a look at it. But he went out on another job, and he hasn't come back.
Do you think something might have happened to him?
Fingers crossed he's just taking his time. The alternative don't bear thinking about.
We'll find him. And make sure he's safe. We both need that bridge repaired. Your carpenter sounds like the man to do it.
I see why Sid's got such a soft spot for you. If you could, I'd be in your debt.
I mean, would it be...
Said that he went out on a job?
Sorry,
Right.
I thought the dialogue was over.
To check on another bridge. The one by the Fallen Gate.
The marshes were dangerous at the best of times. We should hurry.
There's a ladder to the side of the gate. That's the quickest way down, if you've a head for heights. His name is Bernard. Should you find him well, tell him Martha sent you, and that he's wanted at the bridge to Eastpool.
So I was about to say, would you'd think telling some of the people around here
Let's find that ladder.
would like telling some of the like the friendlier people you meet that you're part of the former ruling family of the duchy.
Any goods to Eastpool?
Here's the gate.
I don't know. You'd think it would help.
That must be the ladder.
That we would normally take. So I'm guessing, yeah, that's him. Being surrounded by those shrimps. But I've got some time, so I'm going to go off and explore.
You barely ever just...
I forgot, after I looked at the Oh, come on, brain. After I looked at the archives at the start of the video, I did stand up, get a water bottle, and finish listening to the video I was watching before I hit record. So I got a little more time than I thought I did.
It's over.
Oh, wow. Nice, nice shot, Torgal. There you go. Just like, I hit him, goddammit.
Stay down.
There we go. Hey, how you doing? Okay, that was cool.
That's enough.
God damn it. I keep saying I want to complain that this game is not an RPG, but God, the combat is so fucking good. And whenever I'm playing it, I've got such a big smile on my face. It's so smooth. But it's also simple to understand and simple to use. I really like the control scheme.
Not this time. Flames to me.
I mean, like I've played a lot of action games as of late, and I think this is easily the best one. God of War Ragnarok is also up there. I'm thinking, how do I want to put it? Like, I'd say Jedi Fallen Order is above average. It's definitely good.
Not this time.
There we go. I was able to get a dodge by the end of it. And it's down. Have we... No, we haven't looked all the way over here yet. Is that an aqueduct? Can't really tell. See, I'm not sure how I feel about this whole, you know, you run forward for so long and then you start sprinting. I don't know why it bugs me, it just does.
It's over.
And what's over here? Just bees.
At least we won.
There you go. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes vegetables. I'm sorry, plants. Vegetables. As I always say, no, I wouldn't care so much if the vegetarians just would stop making their food look like our food. Well, back when I marched drum corps, my dad was volunteering for us. He was working on the food. I can't remember. They used to do the first group I was with. I think they were called Boca Burgers or something like that. Like they were like basically like a veggie soy patty of beans and essentially just crap and rabbit food. While the rest of us were having burgers because they were doing like a small cookout for us. And my dad's like cooking the shit, and he's like, "What?" He's like, "How do I know when it's fucking done?" And one of the vegetarians next to him was like, just once it starts to like brown and crispy. And he's like, "Okay." I don't know why that story came back to me.
What was that?
It always makes me laugh.
From under the bridge. Come on. There he is.
Hold on, we're coming.
Stay down. It's over.
Thank you, my lady. You saved my life.
Not at all. You're Bernard the carpenter, yes?
I am. I didn't realize my name was known so widely.
I'm a friend of Martha's. She asked us to come and find you.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. I just finished checking these piles when I turn around. I see a gang of slavering monsters looking to feast on my flesh. If you hadn't come when you did, I'd have been snipped into strips by now.
We're just glad you're safe.
I don't know why I like that alliteration.
To the landlady then, hey?
Actually, she asked that if we found you, we should beg you make haste to repair the bridge to Eastpool.
Of course. I said I'd take a look at it, but it clean slipped my mind. I'll head up there straight away.
Yeah, the cookout story kind of reminded me of another story. The second group I marched with, near the end of my drum corps career. And if you don't know what drum corps is, it's like high intensity, almost like professional marching band.
I'll have it done in no time.
If that sounds stupid, kind of is to regular people.
To Eastpool ourselves. We're very grateful for your help. And sorry for asking this of you after what you've been through.
I owe you my life. Fixing a bridge is the least I can do. Thank you, my lady. And you too, son. You're with Sid, ain't ya? Me and him, we go way back. Not as far as Martha, mind, but far enough.
I see.
Well, I best get cracking then. You go and let Martha know I'm all right. And she'll have her bridge back soon enough.
We will.
Yeah, I know it might sound lame, but you know, I mean, it's a really cool experience. You get to go out and travel the country, perform in all sorts of stadiums, and
The bridge will be fixed when it's...
you know, I've performed at another number of professional football stadiums and stuff like that. It's a really cool activity. I mean, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of 12-hour rehearsal days out in the hot sun. It sucks in a lot of ways, but it builds character. Either way, I met a lot of people and have a lot of friends from all over the country because of that, and it was kind of a funny culture shock moment. My friends from the South, when we were out, we were in our home base. The second group I marched with was with out of Wyoming, so we were near home base, and band parents or something. We're gonna throw us a barbecue. It was all hot dogs, burgers, that sort of things, and my my Southern friends are hearing, "Oh, awesome, we get barbecue," and I'm sitting there thinking, "Wait a minute, no, it's a barbecue." And if you aren't American and think, "Well, what's the difference?" There is a big difference, because barbecue is like smoked meats, briskets, and I love barbecue food, but a barbecue is what the Southerners call a cookout. And so when we got there and it was all hamburgers and hot dogs and shit, they were all like, "What the fuck? This is not what we were promised." And I'm like, "No, it was. You guys just misunderstood." And it was funny to me. And if you're not an American and go, "This just sounds really pedantic," it kind of is, but again, funny to me.
Ah, you're back. What happened? Did you find Bernard?
We did. He's fine.
I'd still pronounce that name Bernard, but whatever.
Well, thank the founder for that.
It was lucky we found him when we did. The creatures out there are not to be trifled with.
It's the Blight's fault. They'd nothing to eat in the north, so they come down here hunting for food. He can't keep going out alone. I'll have to arrange a guard for him. But anyway, thank you. I don't have a lot to offer in return, but you're welcome to rest here until the repairs are finished.
We'd be delighted.
Can I get you a drink or anything while you wait? Flagon of Imperial Gold, perhaps? Tastes like swill, but it'll slake a thirst.
No, thank you. I prefer the truth about why there are so few bearers around here.
Yes. There were more of them when we were young. Far more.
Is this the Empire's doing? Have they been sent away?
They have, aye. Either to the Legions or Oriflamme. Seems the miners at Drake's Head are having a hard time keeping up with demand of late, so the bearers make up the shortfall. Time was they used to dole out crystals like sugar plums even down here in the provinces, but not anymore. Nowadays, they'll jump at any excuse to confiscate our bearers so they can be put to work elsewhere. I always knew the Empire treated their branded like shit, but after seeing it with my own eyes,
Well, I mean, from the very beginning of the game, they didn't treat them that well in the duchy, anyways. But
Congratulations
whatever.
on your arrival. And you got the little laddie with you?
It was a bearer. The boy I carried for 9 long moons. A bloody bearer.
Oh, you poor thing. You gave it to the constables then?
Just left it at the garrison, I let them deal with it. Couldn't wait to be rid of the blasted thing. Been wanting it gone since the moment I found out.
Well, it's all dealt with now. So no harm done, eh?
Mum, he weren't my brother, was he?
No. But you'll have one soon enough. You just have to be patient.
Yeah, once your dad starts banging me again.
Unbelievable, innit? Bearers may have been looked down on back in Archduke Elwin's day, but they were still human beings.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
They've fallen so far, a beggar wouldn't spit on them.
Like I said, they weren't treated that well. I mean, we saw one getting abused, but I guess it's like she said, they weren't great, but it was better.
Since you're not drinking, do me a favor and take that to the Abbey.
You know,
There's a
not like
darkness.
it weren't treated like slaves like they are now.
And I'd have you see it.
And we'll see it at an abbey.
Glademond Abbey, on the shore of Sorrowwise Bay. The abbot there is a friend. Tell him Martha sent you, and he'll show you what I mean.
Understood.
See, though, it's odd to me, though, that they treat the bearers like slaves, like second-class citizens, and everything. That's odd to me, because you think being a bearer would be extremely useful. You know, the fact that you can use magic without having to use a crystal. I mean, technically, Clive isn't... I mean, he's a bearer because he's got the tattoo, but he's not a bearer in the traditional sense. He was given the... what do they call it? The gift of the Phoenix.
That a bearer's fate was decided at birth.
And assumed it was best for all concerned. I know. But for a child to be blamed, to be hated by its parents through no fault of its own.
We knew nothing of what it meant to be born that way. Did we?
No.
I mean, maybe it was because he was upper class, but I mean, he wasn't born with the ability to use magic. He was born, you know, he got the ability to use magic because of his, again, connection to Joshua. Yeah, bit my tongue. His connection to Joshua in getting the blessing of the Phoenix, or whatever the hell however they phrased it. Well, I guess now we know he knows it because he is the icon, not the icon of the Phoenix, but he's got Ifrit. But yeah, I mean, I just, to me, it seems like an odd thing to treat the branded as second-class citizens or whatever. That's just odd to me, because it seems like the ability to use magic without the crystals, I would think that's actually pretty useful. Oh, I can't attack. Oh, that's cool. I can't attack him in the back. Yeah, I mean, but we all know that Clive he's special or whatever, especially because he was also able to absorb the power. I already forgot her name. The hot blonde chick. He stole her Garuda and the wind powers and whatnot. Whatever I'm saying, I still think it's odd to treat the people who can use magic as second-class citizens. I mean, because I think being able to do it without crystals is actually, wouldn't that be super useful? Like, you'd think that they would be looked at as If anything, they'd be exalted. Not looked down upon. And I know, so maybe it's a comparison to how people were treated, how witches were treated, or suspected witches or whatever were treated in olden days. But I mean, but this is a world in which magic, you know, exists and is, you know, used to help society. I don't know. I mean, tell me if you agree with me, if you think it's also a little odd that you treat the people who, or maybe I'm misunderstanding it. God, do I want to fight another turtle? You know what? We're probably over the hour mark. So I will end it here, my dudes. Thank you so much for watching as always. Please remember to like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. If you find the videos through social media, guys, you matter a lot to me, just like those over on BitChute. Hey, how you doing, guys? But if you find me over on Twitter or Minds, my other, or I guess now it's the X, whatever, it's still Twitter to me. If you find me over on those platforms, I am so sorry I have not been posting the videos. Like, I usually don't post much on Twitter, anything, just because I'm not a big, I've never been a big social media guy, like posting, oh, here's what's going on in my day, or posting pictures. I've never understood that shit. Even though I guess you won't say I'm on social media and YouTube, but it's different. It's whatever. But yeah, I haven't been posting video links over there as like I should be, and I am sorry. I will get back into it. So yeah, I lost my train of thought. Thanks for watching. Social media in the description. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Engagement matters just as much as subscriptions. Yada yada yada. Okay, I'll stop talking. I'm out.